Hey everyone, it's Margie Berkman. I'm founder of skinsolutions.com, solutions with an S-O-U-L, and I'm also author of Psoriasis Free and Clear, using food and positive energy to heal your skin. And today I want to talk about the question that I'm asked the most, and that is, how did you do it? How did you heal yourself of psoriasis? And I want to talk about that in a summary. I'm going to sum it up. And I'm going to sum it up into 3 parts. The first part is physical healing, the second part is emotional healing, and the third part is spiritual healing. And I actually go into depth with that in my book. And I want to start with telling you my story. I woke up one day when I was around 20 years old, and I had psoriasis covering my body. Thick, scaly patches covering my skin, and the night before, I didn't even have barely any sign of anything. I think I had maybe some itchiness. And then I woke up and it was covering me. It was traumatic and shocking, and I found out I had psoriasis, and my doctor told me that I will have it for life. It is incurable. It was just devastating to me, a 20-year-old, just finding this out. And so years went by and just got acclimated to having it and was pretty depressed. And I was living in Boulder, Colorado, and I had the realization, like, oh, maybe I can help myself heal. And I had that realization because I was living, Boulder, Colorado is a mecca of healing. There are so many amazing teachers and schools and practitioners, and it's just such a healing environment. And so I picked up on this and seeing people and making new friends, and realized maybe I can do something about it. So this started me on an epic journey, and to 20 years later, healing my body of psoriasis. Literally waking up, kind of similar how I got it. I woke up and I looked at my skin and I was like, oh my God, it's gone. And it was a long journey. And I like to share this information because I want to expedite the journey for you all who have, if anyone has psoriasis. I just want to make it, give you some ideas to help possibly quicken the process of healing, or lighten the psoriasis on your body, or make it easier for you. There's so many things you can do, lots of tools. So I'm just going to sum up the 3 parts to me. The physical part is the nutritional part, the first part I started with. And what I did is, the first thing I did was I let go of foods and drinks and things that were not working for me. This was a many-year process. This did not happen overnight. I resisted. It was really hard for me. I was really into drinking alcohol. I smoked cigarettes. I was a totally different person. And I liked to party. And it took me a while to just make the step. And I quit alcohol and cigarettes. And that was the beginning of my journey. And then I started with different foods: wheat, gluten, dairy, soy, grains, sugar, all these things I let go of. And I still don't eat any of these at this point. I may be able to, but I just choose not to. So letting go of each of these things helped heal many other aspects of my life, such as other things that I was challenged with, such as depression, acne, irritable bowel syndrome, asthma, and other things too. And so I also began eating way more healthy, like organic, and lots of vegetables and soups and wild-caught meats and wild-caught fish and grass-fed meats and lots of vegetables. And I tried every kind of diet and nutrition, and this really has come down to just a variety of foods and simple. My motto is eating simple and nutritious, and also making it delicious, which is very doable. In my book, I have a recipe section. I also added in lots of supplements, and I have a regimen that I do, and it's evolved through time. So this is really a summary of my physical aspect of healing. Now there's also part 2, which is the emotional aspect of healing, which is ongoing, still happening. But I really have come to a different place in my life of loving myself and accepting myself, allowing myself to experience all the spectrum of emotions, taking responsibility for myself. And I go into this a lot again in my book. I had a lot of teachers and helpers along the way, such as Eckhart Tolle, Esther and Abraham, and Byron Katie, and Matt Kahn, and more. And also I had a therapist that I went to who was so helpful, who taught me EMDR, who did EMDR on me, and that really helped some old trauma and work those things through. And every day I utilize different tools that help me through, emotional tools, things that I utilize when things are stressful and challenging, because they continue to be at times. It's inevitable. And how we handle the stress in our lives is something that can really make a difference in our healing. So in my book, again, I have a whole slew of ideas that you can do and tools and practices to help with emotional healing. So the third part of the healing, which is my a very juicy part, and that's the spiritual aspect of my healing. And that really started with me meditating, and it's something that I do every day, and it helps me create a foundation of an energy field that I tap into that I can always return to. So when I'm meditating, I connect to a certain space, I return to that throughout the day as much as I can, and that really helps calm my nervous system and raise my vibration, lift my spirits, so many things. And I go into that more in depth in my book as well. I have 8 empowerment tools that I go over in my book, and these are the things that I utilize all the time. Things like my favorite one is everything is an opportunity. Every challenge that comes up for us, or every wonderful thing, or everything is an opportunity for something, for growth, for loving ourselves more, for expanding our horizons, for accepting ourselves more, whatever it may be. Looking at life in this way is so helpful. So that is one of my tools. I have others such as visualizations and dropping into different words and feelings to help raise your vibration. So that is a summary of my healing and the things that helped me heal psoriasis. It was literally, like I said before, I woke up and the psoriasis was gone, and it really happened, and it started quickening. Like, things just happened so quickly when I became a meditator and became someone who really looks at things from, starting from within. So hopefully this will help you and give you an idea of what I'm about, what my book is about. You can find it on Amazon and at my website, skinsolutions.com. That's solutions with an SOUL. And I really, if you like this, please share it. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I appreciate you listening. Thanks.